We at the University of Indianapolis are very pleased to be partners with the Woodrow Wilson Fellowship Program, and we specifically want to thank Art Levine and all the folks at Woodrow Wilson for making that possible for us. There's really no one quite like Keith Manring. Interestingly enough, he's a former captain in the U.S. Marine Corps, so he brings already a sense of status and importance to me. He is self-taught as a biologist, and he was also an ESL teacher. He was a reporter and editor, and for me as a journalist, one of the things I like the most about Keith is that he brings a 10-year career as a journalist to this new venture. He's now teaching biology, life sciences, and earth sciences at Lawrence Central High School and also at their partner alternative school. And using his journalism skills, he writes an incredible blog about the experience as a fellow. He's a perfect example of skillful innovation that UIndy's Woodrow Wilson Indiana Teaching Fellowship represents, and of the impact of the fellowship program. We're very proud of Keith, and I'm happy to introduce him.
Well, there's one thing I can say about the Woodrow Wilson Indiana Teaching Fellowship, and that's that it didn't prepare me to give a speech before the governor and an audience like this tonight. I applied for and entered the program thinking I'd emerge prepared to go into a classroom as a polished, consummate professional ready to help the most disadvantaged and disengaged students. And in fact, as I prepared my remarks tonight, I struggled to find a way to say that that's exactly what's happened. But it's not true. The 8 weeks since I left school, or since school began, have felt like a cavalcade of embarrassing rookie mistakes. I lost control of an entire classroom one afternoon when a DVD player broke down. Students ready to learn have had to wait as I found myself focusing on those who weren't. I've gotten mad at students who were just looking for a laugh and tolerated awful behavior from students who needed immediate consequences. If you came up with a list of the top 5 things wrong with American education today, you probably could have seen any one of them in my classroom over the last few weeks. Now, thanks to the fellowship, I know the difference between some of the most essential educational theorists. I understand the best methods of engaging adolescent learners and the need to develop lessons that appeal to a whole range of different kids, whether they're just learning English or read at the elementary level or are bound for Harvard. And I can assure you that need is real. It's a reality I see in a district that is 38% African American, but packs my remedial science classes 2/3 full with minority students. Among them are students identified by the schools themselves as talented and gifted, yet they've been shunted off to a class designed for children with little shot at academic success. Is it any wonder they're bored, disruptive, and uninspired? I see those challenges in the honest questions of my students, many of whom are parents themselves, yet they have no idea how salmon or chickens reproduce. They can't average 3 numbers or accurately measure the length of a leaf. These are the students I signed on to help, and I'm glad they're in my classroom. But has the Woodrow Wilson Fellowship really made me the highly effective teacher I dreamed of becoming? The teacher these students need? Not yet. But that "yet" is the key word. Because what the fellowship has done is instilled in me an understanding of the importance in reflecting on everything I do and a readiness to use data, research, advice, anything I can to improve my teaching. And more than that, the fellowship has made it clear that it takes a commitment to the long haul to become a great educator. There's no overnight or even 1-year route to success. And it's this journey that the fellowship has prepared me for. It's not just the initial program, but the ongoing mentoring and support for 3 more years that set this fellowship apart. And from the beginning, the message has been clear. Becoming a great teacher is a process that takes time, lots of mistakes, and lots of help to achieve. Indeed, knowing that the faculty and mentors of the fellowship program are still there to help me as I've bumbled along this fall has been one thing that's kept me optimistic. I love the challenge of striving for greatness and to become that great educator. And I'm thankful that while the road ahead to success may be long, I'm not walking it alone. Thank you.